My name is Tom, and in this video I will show you how to solve a basic kind of equation from physics which involves balancing forces. So here's a common type of exercise, and it takes the following form. Say you are given two forces. One of these forces, which we will call F1, is not known, and we use a little arrow above it to indicate that it's what we call a vector in physics. And then we are told that there's another force, which I'll distinguish with a different color, and that is F2. But this force is known, and the notation that we will use for it is 2i plus 4j. So these are what we call the components of the force, okay? This is my friend here who might assist if need be. He's always happy. So this is an unknown force F1, this is a known force F2, and then we are told when we add these two forces, what we get is a third force. When we add F1 and F2, we obtain a third force, and the components of this third force are then 4i plus, say, negative 4j. So first, let's set up a small algebraic system to solve this exercise, which takes the following form. Because we don't know F1, F1 has to be written as follows. F1 equals the component along the x direction of F1 times I, plus the component along the y direction of this force, so that's j. And then what we can say is write the following force equation, that F1x plus the x component of force 2, which is 2, simply has to be equal to the x component of the resultant, which is 4. So this is a simple linear equation, which means we subtract 2 from both sides. So F1x equals 2. And then we take a similar approach to find the y component of the force, which is, so it looks like this. F1y plus the 4 has to be equal to the y component of the resultant, which is negative 4. So it takes this form. Now we simply subtract 4 from both sides, which means F1y equals negative 8. So these are the missing components. And of course we can confirm that these are the correct values simply by checking. So let's do that right now. F1 plus F2, and I'm going to switch to a single color here. The question is, does this equal to the resultant, which I will label using R? Okay, so let's do that right now. 2i plus the 2 we have just found, that's another 2i, that certainly equals 4i. So that checks with this component of the resultant force. And then take the next part, so we've got here negative 8j plus 4j. This certainly does give negative 4j. So this confirms that these are the correct components for the first force. So what we can summarize now is the following. The first force is 2i plus negative 8j. The second force was given anyway, but to summarize, it's 2i plus 4j. And when I add these two forces together, I get a third force, which is simply 4i minus 4j. And that's it. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to smile.